Well, we're glad to be back here with you on Saluda Now from Billy Garrett for South Carolina Senate District 10. And Senator, thank you for joining us on Saluda Now.
It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you.
And what a wonderful evening you've had here. I tell you what, and we appreciate the support of all the people coming out tonight, don't we?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. God-fearing people. Listen, this is a great time for us to get together, pray together, work together, talk about public service, talk about the needs of the community, and always excited about that. And so thank you for the invitation to speak on your great thing.
Yes, glad to be on Saluda Now. Now, you are now announcing for re-election.
That's right. I'm running again for Senate 10. Now, they changed the district around somewhat. It used to be 4 counties. It used to be Abbeville, Greenwood, McCormick, Saluda. And now,
That's right.
So I'll have Greenwood, and I'll have Saluda, and I'll have Lexington. That's
Yeah.
you know, I follow Saluda River all the way down from where she was up in Greenwood County, all the way down to the bridge down here in Lake Murray.
And it seems unreal. We met you first in 2019 when you were announcing that you were going to run for the Senate.
Right.
And then, of course, subsequently in 2020. And we don't want to go back. A lot of the things that you have told us you were going to do, you've done so.
Well, with help of the good Lord, we've been able to.
Yes.
With Him, you come anything. And I've made that very clear from the very beginning. It's our community.
Right.
Pray for me. And, one of the biggest things that the folks in Saluda said they needed was emergency care. We're a rural area. And the fortunate truth is we got 8 counties in South Carolina that do not have a hospital.
Right.
And so every time I get an opportunity to speak on the floor or speak in subcommittee or whatever, I tell them that I have to do whatever I can to help Saluda. And so we were finally able to get actually got a $5 million grant. $2 million of it went to Greenwood and $3 million went to Saluda. South Regional was able to use about $1.5 million of that in one of the facilities in Greenwood. And we have a tremendous facility in Greenwood, the South Regional Hospital. And then we were able to, they were also able to help Edgefield, $250,000, something like that, and also Abbeville, $250,000. So that was a tremendous grant program for us. The leader, Matt Logan of South Regional, came down for our little.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were there. Thank you for talking about that. I can't wait for this bill. They've taken the properties that they own here already, and I think they're going to put it onto the side of one, I think, Stop and Sawyer's office. Is that
right?
Is that correct? And I think they're going to build it right there. So we're just ecstatic about it. I've always been concerned, to be honest with you, because come 4 or 5 o'clock, they close those facilities down.
That's right.
And what happens if somebody gets sick afterwards? So this is going to be a great thing for Saluda. It's not everything that we want to do. We want to do more. But our delegation with Cal Forrest as our delegation president,
yes,
and Shane Massey and Bill Clyber, we've been able to accomplish a tremendous amount for Saluda. We were able to get the school built, the elementary school built,
right,
and then we were able to get the $20 million that Shane Massey primarily was responsible for, the Piedmont Tech. And it's kind of interesting what he's doing. We were able to get through the delegation again. We were able to get a new method of shop. I don't know if you remember back in the day when we had shop where you go learn about carpentry or you learn how to weld or whatever. Things are different now, and so all of our people are learning tech jobs, and so we're stepping into, instead of doing the more hands-on work, we're doing tech work.
Right.
And so they're training our people how to run machinery, robots, those kinds of things, how to build robots, how to build computer software, hardware, that kind of thing. And then, of course, with the Scout project that they've got down in Richland County,
yes,
I'm hoping that we can train a lot of folks in Saluda so they can cross-train. I hope they come back home, live here, but drive down there hopefully and get some of those very high-paying jobs. So, and that'll spur the economy here and help Saluda. I've learned, it's interesting with Saluda. Some folks want to make it more modern. And some folks don't. They want to keep it just like it is. And I'm here as your representative. I need to hear from you. I need to know what it is you want me to do. And so that's what I do. I try to talk to everybody and find out what it is they want me to do for them in Columbia. We were able to get the $1 million for the recreational center.
Yeah, and the mayor was actually here earlier.
Is that right?
He had to leave because they're installing his new pastor.
Oh,
They have a new pastor, and that's why I had to leave. But he's coming on the program Tuesday, and he's going to talk more about that.
Good.
Yes.
And I think that's another example of the things that we're bringing. You know, I think that the state government is wanting to help the rural areas, but we've got to make the requests, and we've got to tell them what it is we want. They realize we don't have the tax base.
I think we lost you there. Let's do this one. All right.
Yeah, they don't know they understand that we don't have the tax base that we need to be able to do these types of infrastructure programs, and that was one of the reasons they helped us with the school. So it's tremendous what the state can help these rural areas, and we need jobs here. We need to go ahead and build some more industry here, and hopefully the folks in Saluda will be okay with us building, as long as there's a real good plan, Burton, for where you want to put your manufacturer, where you want to put your parts, where you want to put those kinds of things, and we plan it now. I don't know if you remember, but I talked about the need for plans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and planning our roads and that kind of thing. And I'll tell you something recently has developed in Saluda. A lot of folks are complaining about various parts of the county not getting decent road service. So there's something called C funds. Those C funds come from the state. We pay them out to the county, and you've got I think his name's Neil.
Yes.
And so what we're going to do is try to put together a program. It basically sets our priorities. The most serious things should be taken care of first. And then prioritize, and then go ahead and list everything. But once it's on the list, it gets done before we go to something else. And so I think that needs to be on the webpage, maybe. And hopefully everybody will be under the knowledge that if they've got a problem, they can try to get it on that priority list. If they can reach the powers that be, that needs to be done, then it does that, and hopefully everybody will be able to get their priorities at some point in time. Can't promise it all tomorrow. Some of those funds have to be used for the South Carolina highways, and the rest of them can be used for the county highways.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that we can also direct some additional funds towards good folks to slow to help us with the roads. I've been on some of the back roads, and some are pretty bad.
That's right.
So hopefully we can help in that regard. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. We need a 5-year plan, need a 10-year plan, that kind of thing. And also, Saluda in the future. Where do we want to be in the future? I mean, how many people do we want to take in from other states? This is as far as I'm concerned, this is as close to God as you can get. This beautiful land here. The flora, the fauna, everything here is just pristine. And you're not in a big city, so it doesn't smell like a big city. It just smells like it's great. The air's fine. It's just great. It's just wonderful to live in.
Yeah. Now, I know that you are also expanding into Lexington County.
That's right.
And have you been down there and talked with those folks down there?
Yeah, it's been a good bit of time down there. As a matter of fact, my daughter and I, her husband is in the federal agency, and he's stationed in Charleston. And she didn't want to go down to Charleston. They needed one, and so he comes to her place, and she goes to his place about every other weekend. And so I went ahead and we purchased a house together in Lexington County. And the reason for that is when I'm down in Columbia, I really need to stay there because I'm involved in so many committees and whatnot. So it's important for me to be able to. I was driving for the first 3 years. I drove 12 hours a week. 2 hours there, 2 hours back, 3 days a week. And I'll tell you, I not only told them a call, but told on me.
Yes.
And so I could spend that 12 hours doing things that are helpful and positive. And so we were able to do that. So I'm spending some time down there with them. And I'll be honest with you, roads are one of the, and traffic are one of the biggest problems that seems to be going on right now for them. So hopefully we can help them figure that out and get some monies in there as well, to be able to try to help figure it out. Just figure out how do we handle the traffic flow. I don't know if you've been on Sunset Drive.
Oh, yeah.
Come come
Yeah.
5 or 6 o'clock
Yeah.
when I'm coming home from Columbia, up that road at 378 at Sunset, I tell you what, it might take me an hour
Oh, yeah,
to get from one end of it to the other. And so I'm spending most of my time now
that's right.
on that. Whereas before I was going through the back, I was going the other way, towards McCormick, so in Greenwood. So.
Yeah. Well, Senator Garrett, you said that people could get in touch with you. How are they able to do that?
Always the same as it's been. So
Okay.
it's the same numbers, 864-554-0963. That's 864-554-0963. That's my personal cell number.
Right.
I have it with me all the time. I return calls at least within 24 hours. Oftentimes I'm on the Senate floor and I'll return calls if I got a break. So, I try to return, I'll just see how many I've got.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got 5 calls that on my way home this evening. We're going back to elections tonight because I'm
Yeah.
filing in Columbia tomorrow.
How about that?
So that's what we do. I got a really interesting call today about the Pentagon, and I thought that was pretty.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with the Pentagon, but the young lady won't talk about the Pentagon, so I'll be happy to talk with her about what I know about the Pentagon.
And we want you to meet somebody else. Ranger is here with us, and he came all the way from California, and that's pretty remarkable. He is walking across America,
Oh man.
Senator, and he sit in the chair next to the senator, and he is actually raising money for 3 organizations. Can you tell us who those organizations are, Ranger?
Yeah, no problem.
Well, hey everyone, my name's Ranger. Just like he was saying, I'm walking across the country, started in Myrtle Beach, I'm heading towards Pismo Beach in California, and I'm raising money for 3 organizations, the Future Farmers of America, the Hospice Promise Foundation, and Bigger Than the Trail.
Yeah. And we thank him for coming to be with Billy Garrett tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Sincerely appreciate you coming and being with us tonight. That's great. Public service is public service. So whether you're in the Senate or whether you're out here, what you're doing, I couldn't walk that far from my life. And I would imagine some of that time you're going to be sleeping in homeless shelters or sleeping out on the streets or whatever it takes to get from one point to
Wherever I can.
He's got his tent on his back.
Yep. Well, that's good. well,
He's like the disciples,
That's Can you imagine?
In the
Can
Bible.
you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Jesus and the disciples walking all that way? with
I
their sandals?
went to Israel last year, and it just blew my mind.
Can you imagine how wonderful was
Yeah.
that for you? To
Oh,
get
yeah.
together?
Oh, yeah.
You promised me too. I was going to
Yes.
see some of those pictures.
Yes.
Now, he hadn't done that yet. He hadn't shared it.
Yeah,
with me yet.
yeah.
But I want him to do that because we love Christ, and one of the things I love about Saluda is the evangelical support here that I have, and it's here.
That's right.
We support the good Lord, and I tell you what, when you get outside of the small areas like this, it gets kind of frightening, to be honest with you, to see them.
And by the way, Ranger is from a small town like Saluda. He was in a class, and they had 12 graduating seniors.
Good.
What was the name of the school?
Yeah, so it was called Loyalton High School in California.
California.
Kind of by Reno, Nevada, but we're just
Okay.
inside the California border.
Well, not all parts of California must be bad then.
No.
So we can't.
Yeah,
we can't figure
that's
that
what I
out.
told him. I said, there's only 2 things I think about when I think about California: movie stars and earthquakes.
I'm not sure which is the worst.
But we're glad that Ranger came tonight. Anything else you want to share, Ranger?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm glad to be here. Glad to hang out.
And
Welcome.
you can follow Ranger.
Yeah, so I'm on all the major platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, posting different updates on different platforms.
And Saluda now.
And Saluda now.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
just kind of all over.
And he needs a place to stay in McCormick next. So if you know anybody in
We can
McCormick,
figure out
Senator
if
Garrett,
he's going. You want
he's a McCormick County boy.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, walking towards Athens next.
Okay, Athens next. Okay. Which way are you going to go? You're going to take the 10 route, or you going to
178.
the 20 route, or
178, I guess.
And then get on 78 in
Yes.
Georgia.
and how far does that? So that
It will
It's
take
consecutive
you,
steps.
I think, from the border. It's about 54 miles to Athens.
I think so, yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
what I saw.
Yeah. He'll go through Lincolnton, Washington, Crawford, Lexington, Georgia.
Okay.
No, it's Lexington, then Crawford, and that's Oglethorpe County. Then you go into East Athens, and then you into Athens.
Then you're in that. I mean, that's about 100 miles, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it
yeah.
be about 100 miles from here.
It's 100 miles from here. Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, about 100 miles.
It's a little bit of a jaunt.
Yeah. So you figure what, 5 days?
About 4 or 5.
4 or 5 days?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, congratulations, my hat's off to you. You remind me of Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And at least you've got a purpose. He waited until the end of the movie, and then he decided he wanted to go home, and he did.
Yeah.
He did it all that walking and all for no reason other than I guess he was trying to make peace with God. Make his peace with God. So. But
Anything else you want to share, Senator Garrett?
No, I just thank you for what you do. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, every time I'm here and I get to see something that's happening, you're always there.
Yeah, try to be.
You're the voice of
Try to be.
Saluda.
Yeah.
Without you, and what I like about you, you're a fair press.
That's right.
I mean,
yeah.
you don't try to
No.
change it. I mean, I hate to say this, but in Columbia it's a little different.
Yeah.
The way the press
Right.
spins things, so to speak, and good old evangelical traditional Christian values.
Yes.
That's what you're all about. I enjoy some of your sermons. I actually get to hear some
Yeah.
of your sermons, especially during COVID.
Yes,
you were,
yeah.
You were out there, so you pat me on the back. Well, I just want to pat you on the back.
Thank
a
you,
little bit.
Senator.
I want to pat this young man here.
Yes.
We need people like him caring about the country and getting out and doing something about it, not just sitting around complaining. You're out there, you're doing something. I think that's the most important thing that we could do is all of us do something. All of us lend a hand. Look, we got the greatest country in the world that we live in. And that's why all these people are coming here, are trying to come here, legal or illegal. And, if we're a rule of law country, we got to enforce those laws.
That's right.
But anyway, thank you again for having us.
Thank you for your time, Senator, and thank you for stopping by and interviewing us at your event tonight. Reelect Billy Garrett, and it's been a privilege also to meet Ranger in person finally, and get to see him. And Senator Chris Smith was here earlier. First time I had ever met him. I had interviewed him countless times on Talking Tuesday, and we was just honored to have him tonight. Any parting words, Senator?
No, just thank you. I appreciate Shane Massey, the majority
Yes.
leader, coming out tonight.
Yes, he was
I
here.
appreciate Cal Forrest. I appreciate Chris Smith coming. I appreciate our sheriff.
Yes.
And some of the sheriff got to slip in here and get them a little Sheely's barbecue, so I was glad.
That's
that
right.
Anytime we can help our first responders, we need to do that. But thank you for all you do, sir. Thank you.
That's great. And Ranger, you got any parting words?
I just want to say the welcome I've gotten here is insane. Thank you for
In
everyone
fact,
just being
tomorrow-
so sweet and
Ranger will be carrying the torch with Sheriff Josh Price and the Saluda Sheriff's Office for Special Olympics.
Wonderful. Perfect.
And we appreciate you doing that tomorrow. And thank the Lord, the rain's going to hold off so they can have the ceremony tomorrow. Because, those children look so forward to that.
Oh, they do. They really do.
And the construction is coming along great at the school. We can't wait till the urgent care groundbreaking is going to take place.
I'm
And
gonna be
hopefully,
here.
yes, that's what I was going to say.
Definitely going to be here.
Yeah.
We're excited about it. I'm going to leave him my card. I can't help you once you cross the border to Florida. I can help you when you're in
Yeah.
South Carolina. So perfect. If I can be of service to you, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call me.
make a trade.
Yeah, let's do that. Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank y'all for joining us here on Saluda Now, everyone, and we hope you have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you again as we have more continuing coverage on your Saluda Now. Thank you.